Hey there, badass dream makers. This is the Relationship of Your Dreams podcast. It's Alex, your badass dream maker host. I'm here because I believe that all humans deeply desire and thrive in loving relationships. And let me tell you, it's possible because many do find the love of their dreams and more. I'm just here as a guide to help you through the variety of obstacles and hurdles in dating and relationships so that you can also find the love of your dreams. And you're bound to learn about yourself as well. So, 2-in-1 deal. We will get deep here and you may feel triggered at times. Triggers and discomfort are part of a growth process. However, please use discretion as to how much discomfort you are ready for. Now, let's jump into this juicy episode and get you what you want. Hello. Today, we're going to jump right in and talk about post-breakup. So, this episode is for all the girlies out there who are going through a breakup right now, or maybe had just recently gone through a breakup but are still feeling the feels, and for all the girls who may be going through a breakup soon. So, I'm going to start with a metaphor. This metaphor is, we are all puzzles. Every single human being is a puzzle. So, what is a puzzle? Or what is our puzzle? Our puzzle is all the pieces in our life that is pieced together to create our life at this very moment. Our puzzles change depending on the pieces, but every single puzzle is whatever is in your life that's piecing together to make your life at this very moment. So, when we have a significant other, they are a puzzle piece amongst many different aspects of our life. For example, they're a puzzle piece amongst our family. If they've met family and have hung out with our family, they are a puzzle piece amongst our friends if they're in our friend group or have hung out with friends several times and it's become a thing. If you cook and they start cooking with you or you start cooking with them, they're a puzzle piece in your mealtime when it comes to cooking, or maybe you have a ritual of going out to breakfast together on the weekends. That's a puzzle piece of your life. So every single person in your life usually are multiple puzzle pieces in your life. And this is truer and truer the more time you spend with someone. So, as we all know, we often spend pretty much the majority of our time with a significant other. There's some cases where that's not exactly the case, but for the most part, that is the case. So, we're going to roll with that. What I want everyone to understand is that when a piece of our puzzle is taken away or is no longer there or leaves, we naturally try to fill it. This is human nature. This is not, some people try to fill it and some, no, this is everyone. Everyone has the desire to fill this puzzle. No one wants a fucking puzzle where there are puzzle pieces missing. No one likes that puzzle, right? When you can't find the piece, no, we don't like that. So, what we often end up doing is engaging in some behaviors that are counterproductive to our health post-breakup. For example, maybe these resonate with you, but going back to the ex, putting all those same puzzle pieces right back where they were before. Engaging in drugs and alcohol to try to forget the pain. Having an immediate new crush or relationship, even if you don't actually love them, or even if you aren't actually interested. There also are cases where you might feel extremely interested but realize you were not, and it was just post-breakup and you wanted to fill the pieces, because that happened to me. One time after a breakup of a relationship of 3.5 years, like a month in, I started seeing someone, and I'd seen this person 4 times, right? And I was convinced. I was like, this is the person, this is my soulmate. Like, it's like a match made in heaven kind of situation. Like, then he ghosted me. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was distraught. I drank for 10 hours the day after. And yeah, wasn't really the best situation. So let's just say that you're more susceptible to feeling the peace with someone who actually isn't the person for you. But it might feel like that at the time. So just keep that in mind. We might dive into our work at an unhealthy level or rate. So for example, if you were working a 9 to 5, but you like, it wasn't something that it was just hourly on the job, but it was like more like you can do work at home too. You might end up filling your whole day with work to distract yourself. And we do all these things with other like uncomfortable situations too. Like for example, also excessive shopping or excessive anything. Like that's the same as like, alcohol, just anything excessive to cover the pain or to distract from the pain. So, as we probably know and understand, I don't think I really have to explain it, but these aren't necessarily the best ways to handle post-breakup. And specifically, trying to fill our pieces. But we have to forgive ourselves for this if we have done it, if we are doing it, because it is natural to fill the puzzle piece. We all want to do that, and those are just quick fixes. Humans want to find the quickest fix, even if it's not best for the long term. So we have to show ourselves some compassion if we have done this or are doing this. Now, do I think it's good or okay to still stay doing those behaviors? Like, no, because there's better options for us. I want what's healthiest for everyone. It just takes harder work during a time period that's already hard for you. But I promise you, it is worth it. It is worth it. Okay. So I'm going to give some examples of ways that you can fill your time or fill your pieces in the meantime. Or I don't know if in the meantime is the right phrase, but just to fill your pieces like post breakup at that time. You got to focus on the now. So I have 5 different puzzle pieces for you. So I'm going to say the one I think is the most important, and y'all have probably heard this, but alone time. I don't want you to isolate yourself. So let's make that clear. Do not isolate. But it would be good to maybe go on some dates with yourself when you feel a little more ready. Or if you feel ready right away. It's going to be really uncomfortable, and you might become really upset because it's something that you might have done with the person before. But I want you to try to find ways that you can enjoy it yourself. Really be present in the moment as to why you like the place that you went to, why you go, like what's so fun about it, and find ways that make it fun. More fun than if you go with someone. There's pros and cons of going with someone without someone. But for example, something that I've done is I've gone to concerts by myself. That was awesome because, oh, by the way, but just to backtrack for a second, this was not for a post-breakup situation. This is just more like having solitude time for myself. This still works for post-breakup. But in my case, it was just solitude time, and having fun by myself. But I do think this still applies for the post-breakup. All right, back to what I was saying. Like at the concert, I fucking love the artist, right? Music, I feel music in my soul, in my body. It doesn't take someone else there, other than the artist, to make me feel that. And it's awesome to be with the crowd too, just a bunch of strangers you don't know, but you can shamelessly dance around and sing because everyone's doing it. That's what they're all there to do. Another example would be going to a coffee shop by yourself. If you enjoy some coffee, just really be present in the moment. Like, look around. What is it? A cozy environment? Is it a fun environment? Is it a slow paced, a fast paced? What do you like about that? What do you like about the coffee? What types of coffee do they have? Do you like tea? What types of tea do they have? This one you need to be a little careful with. This is just one that I like with solitude time personally, but I also like breweries. Again, be careful because it's alcohol. But if you're a brewery girly, then I recommend going to a brewery. Maybe just have like 2 drinks and bring a book with you. It sounds ridiculous, but I brought a book with me to a brewery before, and no, everyone left me alone. No one looked at me. Like I looked up every once in a while because I'm just like, they're staring at me, and no one was really. So, and at the end of the day, or end of the drink, I went to the counter and I was just like, oh yeah, I was reading here by myself. It was fun, but now I was going to the movie by myself, which I'll get to after. And they thought it was so cool. My boyfriend was at a bachelor party, so I wanted a way to fill my time by myself. It was fun. So movie. So I've gone to a few movies by myself. Something cool about that is kind of the same with the concert, which I didn't mention this part, but that you can experience the art presented in front of you without having to talk to someone, without their opinion leaking into yours. It's a more raw experience. But it can kind of really help you learn about yourself too, because you see how you react to things, not necessarily how your friend or significant other or ex reacts to things. Like, it's fun to know more about yourself and how you react. It's a fun experience. Watching a movie, going to a concert, getting coffee, getting a beer and reading, if you enjoy reading. They're all fun. So I encourage you to try that out. All right, another thing is soaking in nature. I recommend nature because I believe it's a place of clarity and self-discovery. There's not a lot to distract you. It's a place where you can be a little more present, and the things that you can focus on aren't going to talk to you and aren't engaging with you in a way that how do I explain it? Kind of like how a friend doesn't, if you don't have a friend at a concert, they're not talking to you. If you don't have a friend at a movie, they're not talking to you. You get to have this experience by yourself. I guess I could have lumped that along with alone time, but I just want to specifically point out soaking in nature because I don't know how to explain the magic of nature. There's just something to it that is unlike anywhere else. It's not man-made. And I think that's a big reason as to why you feel a sense of clarity out there. But something else is you get some fresh oxygen, and that's really important for your body. And your body could use absolutely anything healthy during this time period that you're upset. And when you're anxious, and often people are anxious post-breakup, trying to fill these pieces, they don't realize that anxiety really weighs down on your body, and that your body actually needs more support now because of that. And that's fine. That's just how the human body works. And this is why I'm telling you things that you could do during this time period. So it doesn't happen like that. But you could also go to nature, soak in nature with people too. So if you want to go with loved ones and friends, which I will get to that point next, actually. So, time with friends and family who are supportive to you. Remember, who are supportive to you. You do not want to be with friends and family or anyone who is not supportive to you during this time period because you are all already not feeling great. You need people who are going to uplift you, who are going to be there, who are going to support you, who are going to listen to what you need for support. So let's say you don't want to talk yet. You need people who are going to be respectful of that and just listen, or just not even say anything about the breakup. Like if you're not ready to talk about it, you need friends who are not going to push you too hard to talk about it. Unless it's been a while and you're isolating and you're not telling them anything, then maybe accept the push. But my point being that you want to be around people who are going to support you in whatever way you need. And that's a great way to fill the puzzle piece as well, because you will have plans with friends, like during time periods that you might have had plans with the significant other or the ex. So for example, like if you had gone to if you went out to dinner with your ex, now you can go to dinner with your friends and family, right? So you're trying to fill that time and space with people who you love and who love you. All right, on to the next one. So hobbies, old and new. So when you don't have a significant other anymore, you have more time. So you have the time that you didn't have before that maybe you wanted to dedicate to a hobby. So it could be a hobby that you are currently engaging in, or it can be a new one that you feel like you didn't have time to start before. So that's something to really point out here, that you have more time now that you're not with the ex. So it's a great way to try to figure out how to fill your time with things that you've been wanting to fill your time with, just didn't have it before. And hobbies is often one of those things that people feel they don't have time to do, but have been wanting to do it. Like, for example, hobbies can vary so much. But not karaoke. Karaoke could be a hobby, yeah. Karaoke, karate, sewing, or crocheting. Sorry, I'm not of that world. I think I meant crocheting at first. But maybe like a soccer, like a recreational soccer league, a dance class, a Zumba class, maybe more gym time. That will lead me into my next point. So, a focus on physical health. So working out, adding more time to your workout. It doesn't have to be at the gym. It doesn't have to be more than 5 minutes. Even a 5-minute walk. Everyone starts somewhere. You don't even have to increase it. Just during this post-breakup time, it doesn't matter if you're trying to or let me put it this way. You don't need to self-improve right now. So you're not necessarily trying to become this better person right now. We're trying to fill your puzzle pieces so that you are stable enough to move on and then to continue to grow, right? This is the growth process. Breakups are huge growth processes. And this is why I started a relationship podcast, because I believe I've learned so much from my breakups, and I've gone through many breakups, and I would say some of the biggest learning experiences ever. But right now, you're trying to study yourself and fill those pieces with healthy puzzle pieces, okay? Okay. I'm glad we understand. So in addition to working out, something you could also do to fill your time while also focusing on your health your physical health is cook, because often people eat healthier when they cook. You don't have to cook some fancy meals. I suggest you cook more than burgers and fries all the time, but you will have less preserved foods and less artificial food in your body if you cook. And again, this is a time period where your mental state is affecting your body. So you're trying to help your body stabilize, right? Not even just get better, not even just excel, but to at least stabilize during this time period. So those were my suggestions. So alone time, soaking in nature, time with family and friends who are supportive to you, new and old hobbies, and a focus on physical health. And I just want to note that, of course, processing the breakup is still really important. That would just be a whole other episode and more. This is just a reminder, one, that we naturally try to fill our puzzle pieces, and we have to show ourselves compassion and forgive ourselves for doing this if we've done it or are doing it. And two, filling those puzzle pieces spaces with healthier pieces, ones that will at least stabilize you during this turbulent time period. So that wraps up the episode. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Well, talk to you next time.